female fall in love, they have a baby that has needs. So whoever meets the need is who you attach to, who you trust, who you connect to. So the problem becomes if there is a separation and there's only one person, then there is a tornness. So your ability to attune, validate, and meet the need gets compromised. So if the baby's need doesn't get compromised, it doesn't get met, the baby builds up a wall. That wall then means they no longer look to other people to get their needs met, they look to their own. So if a baby's needs aren't getting met, they'll try three ways. They'll either try charming, they'll try crying, or they'll try raging. That's the only way a baby can really get to know, like, the attention of parents and say, this is what I need. If the need isn't met, the baby begins to squirm and fuss and whine and cry and scream and rage. And the worst part is the baby goes quiet. And then I ask, why is quiet the worst part? Because I no longer out here to look to real people in the real world, real people to meet my needs. I take care of them myself. And that sets you on that self-absorption continuum. So you become self-absorbed, and this is about controlling others in your environment. If that doesn't work, you learn to gaslight people, throw matches at them, try to crack their reality testing. If that doesn't work, you become a narcissist, which is now you don't feel anything other than you're going to teach people a lesson about who's in charge. And that doesn't work, you become a psychopath. So the downward direction is there. So if you go to quiet, you've got several problems, because a parent, doesn't matter which one it is, they're supposed to meet the need. So they're supposed to help the child label feelings, regulate feelings, feel feelings. So that is the greatest challenge today, is that so many people have trauma, and as a result of the trauma, they learn to dissociate or space out. So when the child begins to escalate, one of them is supposed to meet the child here and calm the child down. Emotional regulations is an outside-in process. And if we don't get that, it becomes very, very difficult to internalize emotional regulation, because your emotions and your identity is tied into who you are with and what context you are in. So you have a role-based identity, not an identity based in your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. That's how it's supposed to work. So when the baby goes to quiet, the baby comes over here and builds a bomb shelter. Barbed wire, little baby in the bomb shelter. There's all of these little balls bouncing around. Those are called emotions, but the baby doesn't know it. There is a window right here with a shutter, so that if the baby looks out here to real people, real world, they kind of figure things out. And on the back wall are 1,000 masks, so they know how to come out and be in the real world. And there is a door, but the knob is only on the inside. Now this bomb shelter, and this baby is constantly moving because they don't know how to regulate emotions. So you can imagine, as their eyes get up and down, they can misperceive what's going out here with real people in the real world. And this bomb shelter is built upon 3 belief systems: beliefs about self, beliefs about others, and beliefs about the way the world works. The beliefs, if you have an insecure attachment, is either I am worthless, I am bad, or I am nothing. Where did those beliefs come from? In the first year of life. You're not psychologically born until the 8th to the 10th month. So you're born physically at birth, but when a baby looks up, I am my mother's face. So if the face has got a downturned mouth, and the mom is either exhausted or sad because the partner who created the baby booked out or left, or it was all whatever, if it's a sad mouth, the baby interprets that as I am worthless. So that belief drives the rest of their life unless they intentionally write over it. You cannot just stop it. It's like a computer memory. If you don't write over it, it will still be there. If mom is frustrated, I've changed you, I've given you food, then the belief is I am bad. And if the baby is put into a room and left to calm themselves then you believe you're nothing. So that is belief. And the belief about others is they are not trustworthy because I meet my own needs up here. I don't trust other people to meet my needs. That's what leads you to this explosion of self-absorbed continuum, moving, gaslighting, narcissism, psychopath. It's kind of you slide down into the crap, so to speak. The belief about the world is it isn't safe, so I must control everything and everybody. And a little baby in the bomb shelter is looking around going, okay, this is kind of like, I don't feel kind of safe right now. So little baby says, I am going to build a 50-foot high wall around my compound. I'm going to put electrical barbed wire all around it. Now, if anybody tries to come in, they'll get zapped. And then the baby in the bomb shelter goes, this looks kind of like the moon out there. So that little baby in the bomb shelter plants a bunch of trees, except those trees are thinking error trees. They're not real reality trees. So they don't have a sense of responsibility. They have a sense of either I'm a victim or I'm irresponsible or I can do what I want or whatever it is. So in this lockdown space, this little baby confront or mask anybody by putting on a mask, coming out, climbing over the wall, turning the electrical off, of course, then coming out and interacting with people, but people really don't know who they really are because that's it. And undoubtedly, there will be a person or persons that will see that if I don't get that baby in the bomb shelter out of there, that bomb shelter is likely to turn into a jail cell. And that's what makes criminals, and that's what is going on in our current population. So caring people want to say it's an adoptive mom or an aunt comes to the wall, climbs it going, my gosh, I got to get you out of there. How do I do that? Scales the wall, gets zapped, drops down into the compound, doesn't realize there's cameras in the tree here. And observing her, runs through the tree, starts beating on that wall. Look, junior, aunt, niece, whatever, you got to get out of there. It's going to turn into a jail cell. This really ticks off that baby in the bomb shelter. So they get their little paintball gun out and they shoot out the window. You got to get out of there. No, get away from me. Then eventually this caring, loving individual begins to realize that baby is not going to open the door and the handle is only on the inside, turns around, starts out. That little baby is so pissed off, shoots her right in the butt, runs over here, gets zapped again, drops down over here, comes to my office, and then her face looks like that because she's exhausted. And that's what a person who's not attached, that's why and what and how they go about life.